Hey guys, it's me, it's Matthew. I know, this is like a weird kind of behind the scenes video because it's not your traditional just bloopers of me messing up. I wanted to talk about that music video you probably should watch before you watch this video. I don't know what I'm calling it right now as I'm filming. It's the Unemployed song, but I wanted to clickbait it so bad to just put YouTube full time, you know? I'm getting bad clickbait and like... I'm not a YouTuber. Let me break it down for you. You guys know how Genius does those, what's it called? Verified. That's what they call it. Genius Verified. We'll call this Certified Idiot. Welcome to Certified Idiot. I'm breaking down my new song, the Unemployed song. I actually did not write any of the lyrics out. It is literally just me improvising, like each line. That's how I recorded it. I just improvised, but let's listen to it and I'll try to break down some things if they're not clear because I had to dramatize some of it for the song. March 19th, 2023. I got a new job. Can you blame me? Manager said, nice to meet you. What are you looking for? Something new? Okay, so March 19th was my job interview for this new job that I got. I was genuinely getting tired of my old job. It's one of those things when you're somewhere for a long time, you just are looking for something new. And that was my exact situation, is I was looking for something new. And, you know, little things were bothering me and causing me unnecessary stress. But, I mean, by the end of this, you'll see... It didn't really matter, but that was my job interview for the other job I was getting, and yeah. Okay, that's cool. We can take you. When can you start? Do you have school? Yes, I do. I do have school. I take it seriously. Don't make me choose. It'll be fine. We'll work with your hours. What do you think we are? A bunch of sours? Okay, so this new job had promised me that I'd only be working during the weekdays 4 to 6 hours a day, which was fine. And then weekends might have been a little longer, which I didn't mind. That was not true. I had literally only had 2 training shifts and they scheduled me 7.5 hours and an 8 hour. So yeah, it was kind of a lie. And that's why I put the line, what do you think we are? A bunch of sours. Like, you know, they're sour about stuff. We'll work you in. Break is coming up. We'll need you then. Cool. I'll make it work. Let me go quit. I'll see you in a bit. They had told me I have to quit my other job, you know, so they can get me in as soon as I could. So literally the day they told me I got the job, which is the same day as my interview, I wrote my 2 weeks and quit my other job. That whole day was just so chaotic because I had the interview in the morning and literally I got home from my interview. I told my dad that he needs to help me write it 2 weeks because he was the only one home. My mom was out with a friend having breakfast. So the next part of the song is me calling my mom. I'll kind of skip over that, but basically she was the first person I told, like, hey, I got the job, and she was super proud. I texted a lot of my friends too because they knew I was trying to get a new job, and yeah, that's just how it went. Hey, Mr. Boss, can I talk to you? It'll be quick. This ain't no trick. Sure thing, Matt. What's going on? You usually don't talk. Is something wrong? I got a new job. Here's my 2 weeks. Thank you so much for literally everything. Oh, dang, wow. But hey, congrats. You always have a job here. I'll make that clear. It's always difficult because I had been there for 2 years, and you know, I had grown so close to so many people, so it was hard to put my 2 weeks in, but I was also, you know, excited. I was moving on, essentially. It's bittersweet. It's like, I like the people, and I was going to miss them, which obviously I did. And it was also exciting that, you know, something new was coming. But my bosses, they were very understanding. And if they're watching this right now, like, still, thank you. They were super understanding. They told me I always had a job there if things didn't work out. Foreshadowing. March 21st, 2023. Orientation's cool. Trust me. So March 21st was a Tuesday, and I had something in the evening, so my orientation went kind of fast. So it was overwhelming with information, but that's all new jobs because it's new, obviously. And it was just overwhelming those 2 weeks because I had my job that I was working the last 2 weeks at. I had this new job that they were squeezing me in before spring break because it was going to be busy and they just wanted to kind of train me when it was slow. And I still had school, so I was overwhelmed. March 24th, 2023, literally the worst day that happened to me. Went to class at 10 a.m., got out at 11, works at 12. What should I do? I haven't got a clue. Just chill out. It's not that serious. What are you anyways? Delirious? No, I'm not. I want to do a good job, unlike you, just Snapchatting. March 24th was a miserable day for me, because as the song says, I went to school in the morning, and then I had the new job from 12 to 3. It was a training shift, and then I had my old job at like 4:30 to slow, so I didn't know when I was going to get off. It's just kind of one of those things. Whenever it slows down, I'll go home. I think I went home at maybe 10 that night, but I didn't mind because the old job just was so easy and kind of calming in a way because it was familiar. I got put on cleaning shift for this job, and the song does exaggerate. It wasn't just one girl that was with me. There was another guy, but he was quiet too. Like, I tried kind of talking to him, just really quiet. And I dropped like sanitizer, the spray bottle. I spilled it and I said, "What do we do?" And he's like, "Oh, just let it dry." Like, it was kind of like that. Like, they just weren't very caring. The girl is actually a real person, because this girl was also not caring, and she literally just Snapchatted when we were waiting, to clean what we had to clean. Yeah.
Went to the place where I'm supposed to be, but no one was there to even help me clean. This place is really big, and it's a mess. What will I do? Clean, I guess. Oh my gosh, were you in here all alone? Yeah. Damn, the girl walked out, straight up walked out. What the hell, man? I wanted to shout.
I was given a schedule of, the places I was supposed to go to clean, and so was this girl who was on the same cleaning shift as me. I just remember we got split up at one point, and I was like, okay, I'll just follow the schedule, because we all have a paper schedule where we're supposed to be at what time. And I did that, and the place I was supposed to clean was it was a giant room, basically. It was bigger than the other ones, and she wasn't there, and the people were leaving so I could clean, and it was so bad. Like, it was a big room, and I just had to clean by myself. And then she came at the end and literally said, "Oh, were you in here by yourself?" And I said, "Yeah." And she's all, "Damn, like, that literally happened. That's not a fake story."
Got to my house, sleep I'll try. Works in an hour, now I want to cry.
I do remember trying to rest, but then I just wanted to talk to my mom because I was very overwhelmed, and she was very supportive and, gave me advice. And she even did say, "You look like you want to cry." I think that's funny, but it was overwhelming, and that's what that line is. Now I want to cry, because like I did want to cry. And then if my mom's watching, I love you, Mom. Like, thank you for all the support. And my dad, like, my dad was super supportive as well. I didn't put him as much in the song. I wish I could put everybody who supported me in this song, but it's an 8-minute song. First of all, like, what was I thinking? It's a long story to tell. I was going to just do a vlog and like clickbait people, but then I started writing this, and then it just took a whole new direction, and I wasn't going to stop it.
Dear Lord, please give me the strength and power to work through this. I know if you brought me to it, you'll get me through it. Thank you, Lord. I love you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
I put a prayer in there because I do always pray every night, because for me, God will help me through anything. He can help all of you through anything. Don't want to get too, super religious, because I don't want to, if you're not a believer, that's up to you, your choice, whatever. But for me personally, I do talk to God, and it does help me. So maybe that's something you want to try if you don't practice already.
Oh, hey, look, it's my pal E. No, I'm serious. He works with me.
At my new job, or the new job I had gotten at the time, I actually had a friend who worked there. That's kind of how I did get that job, because he recommended me. So he knows who he is. Thank you. He did help me the second day I was working at the snack bar, and it was way better, because he was actually like super helpful and explained things to me thoroughly. He wasn't like the other people who just kind of short answers, didn't want to talk. He actually helped me, and very thankful. I think he's the best employee there, but that's probably biased because I've been friends with him forever.
It'll get better. It'll be comfortable, like a sweater.
It'll get better, A lot of my friends were saying that, not just him. Like, all my friends were saying, give it time, it'll get better. But there's just something I knew I wasn't going to stay there long. I don't know what it was. There's just some things and it didn't really feel right, even though it was good to move on, essentially. I knew I wasn't going to stay there long somehow.
Hey, it's me, your new team lead. Open a line or I'll make you clean. I'm a team lead, I'll be right here. Oh, wait, hey, they need me over there. I won't leave you by yourself.
The last 15 minutes of my shift when I was working at Snack Bar, a team lead came up and said, "Hey, can you open your own line?" And I was kind of like, no, I just kind of learned the system. Like, I'm not, super confident or really comfortable. And she's like, "It's okay. I'll be right here." And then literally probably 2 minutes later, she had to go do something. I'm not sure what. And then she left me with another guy to help me with the system and get the snacks for me. And he helped me with the system, but then I got an order with like 6 things on it, and then he was helping somebody else, so I had to get everything by myself. And then after I did that, I was like, hey, it's like, I think it was 2:33, like actually, it's just, I did that in the song because it kind of rhymes, but I think it actually was 2:33, and I was off at 2:30. I said, hey, I think I'm off at 2:30, like I think I gotta go. And he's like, okay, just tell team lead, and then, you'll be good. So yeah, that was a day as well.
March 28th, 2023. Oh, hey, it's my birthday.
So March 28th is my birthday, obviously. This one's pretty self-explanatory because it's just a spoken word in the song. I had such a good day that day. It was a rainy day outside, but like I didn't mind because I had talked to friends and they knew I was kind of overwhelmed. And my one friend, she told me just don't do anything. Don't do school. Don't worry about work. Just take a day to relax and, unwind. And I took it to heart, and I did. It's like I had time to breathe again, if that makes sense. And then I went to dinner with my parents, and that was awesome. My friends actually took me out for yogurt as well, and that was really nice because it was like a mix of different groups of friends. Like, you guys know how like you have your school friends, maybe your work friends, and then, whatever else you do. I had like a mix of people in there. So I had like a work friend in there. I had school friends. Like, it was a good time. And it was actually very, very nice because we talked for hours just about anything. It wasn't about work like I'd say in the song, but I mean, work definitely did come up for me, especially I remember near the end of the night, we kind of talked about it, but and they just said, give it time, it'll get better. And yeah, that was just March 28th, 2023 is one to remember. It was such a good day. Love my family, love my friends. Just know that if they're watching.
March 29th, 2023. I'm sitting in class, specifically geography. As I sit, I start to think about work. That's not good.
So funny enough, we were out till like midnight, me and my friends. So I don't quite remember, but I was going off of like 5 hours sleep. There's something about the less sleep you get, I feel like you don't overthink things as much, like at least for me. So I was thinking straight, like I knew what I wanted. So I was sitting in geography, and then as the song says, like I was starting to think about work, and then I came to this realization. I'm like, that should not be happening. Like, I should not be panicking about work because it's distracting me literally from learning and getting, good grades, which I have good grades, but I push myself to a higher standard, I suppose. So I did really think, like, do I need a job? Like, I don't really need money right now. I'm fortunate enough for that. And I actually did talk to my English teacher as well because he's like one of the smartest guys I know and just super logical. He told me, like, hey, yeah, you should talk to your parents. I was telling him, like, I think I'm going to talk to my parents and, see if they're okay with me quitting, which I was fairly certain they were because they knew how overwhelmed I was. And he's like, yeah, definitely. He's like, you should also like say, hey, I'm fortunate enough to do this because of the hard work you guys did. And I was like, that's a good point. Like, and they did do hard work and they're still hardworking. And yeah, that's how that came about. I was sitting in geography, and then I was like, I'm going to work less. I want to put school more on Front Street. And that's what I'm doing now.
Thank you for the opportunity, but I resign. I have to take my life and redesign.
March 31st, 2023. It's funny how I remember all these dates too. I went to go resign at my new job, and I told her my situation, like, hey, I'm a full-time college student. I have 17 units, and next semester, I didn't say next semester, but, I'm telling you guys, next semester I have 18 units. What am I doing? I care more about school. Like, I don't mind being busy at school. It doesn't stress me out as much. I told her, hey, I want to focus on school more. I know the hours required, and I just don't think I can provide that because with those 2 training shifts, they were only, 3 hours and 4.5 hours. And then the next schedule that came out, I would have had to work a Monday and Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 1:30 in the morning. And then a Thursday from 12 to 8. Like, and that was only with 2 shifts of training. That's insane. And then, you know, she was professional, but she was like salty too. She's like, you know, company policy, you have to give a 2 weeks, you know, and if you quit, there's gonna be consequences for your actions in the future, like for your career. And in my head, like, I know, I just won't put you down as a reference. And I remember signing a document saying, I have the right to quit at any given moment, and they have the right to fire me at any given moment. So I knew I was safe, but I was freaking out a little bit in the moment, but it just didn't make any sense to, you know, work my 2 weeks to quit. After I parted ways, I said, thank you for the opportunity. She said, good luck. I said, you too. And then I called my mom immediately. I said, hey, I just quit. She told me there's going to be consequences for my actions in the future, that basically my career is over, you know, like I wouldn't be able to do anything. And then my mom was like, you know, I'll Google some things, but I think you're fine. Like, I think she's just trying to scare you. But I was like freaking out in the moment, but I did know inside like that I was fine.
Remember you said, I always have a job? Yes, I do. You giving me a clue?
So the next day, April 1st, funny enough, April Fool's Day, which I wanted to tell the whole thing was an April Fool's prank, but like, obviously that's just kind of that's a phony story. Like, it wasn't an April Fool's prank. I remember going in there, I saw him, I said, hey, can I talk to you? And he said, can you talk to me? That's just his humor. I said, may I talk to you? And he's all, yeah. And we went in a separate room. He said, what's up? And I said, you know how you said that I always have a job here, and if things didn't work out, like I could come back? And he's all, yeah. I said, so things did not work out. They were not working with my schedule. And, you know, if you guys are interested, I'd like to come back on weekends. And he said, you know, obviously, of course, he's like, you always have a job here. And he's like, I'm sorry that was your experience. He's like, but that's, you know, that is the real world, which I get that, you know, when you work for someone, you work for them, you know. I'm still very thankful for my bosses, my, you know, old bosses and now current bosses again, that they're letting me back. And I really appreciate that. And yeah, there's just not much to that. It was just kind of funny. Like, hey, remember you said if things didn't work out? It was funny. And I did tell them too that I was like, I need to take 2 weeks off because it was just so much. Like, I was so overwhelmed. So much happened. Like, I just needed to do it for myself, and they were understanding, like, yeah, of course, you know, we'll be in touch. And yeah. Okay, so this is basically the end. I recorded the song literally 6 hours. Like I said, I did a 4-hour session and then took a break for 2 hours, and then finished out in 2 hours. It's pretty funny. I really did make a lot of art in these last 2 weeks. It was mostly music, surprisingly, which is different, but I didn't mind making this song. It was kind of funny, but like also it was a way to like vent out what happened. And I actually did like write a poem because I did have a really good analogy, and I don't know what to do with it yet, but I'm certain I will do something with it. So stay on the lookout for that. If you watched this video, thank you for watching. Yeah, that really means a lot. So thank you for tuning in to Certified Idiot Explains the Unemployed song. Weird behind the scenes video, but thank you. Subscribe. Have a good day. I'll see you soon.